If I went back 5 years ago when I published my first YouTube video and I could give myself this advice, I think it would really set the right tone going into creating over 500 videos as of today and really help me in a lot of ways and maybe even encourage me to start sooner. I actually wanted to start a channel 7 years ago, but it took me 2 years, procrastination, waiting, trying to figure out what to do to really get started. So I hope by the end of this video, you get the right motivation and the right systems in place to be able to get started. I'm going to talk about 3 things that I wish I knew. Now, this is the first thing that I wish I knew, and it's probably the most important thing I'm going to talk about. The niche you pick is really important, but it's also not. Here's what I mean. It's not important because I'm going to recommend that you just try to create 10, 20, 30, 50 videos. Just make a commitment to consistently publish a video a week, 2 videos a week, whatever that goal is, and focus on that, not as much the niche, because it's really hard to build momentum in something that you try to perfect while at the same time not publish. You need to publish, and that'll get you closer to perfection in terms of where you feel happy and excited about what you publish. It took me 4 years to get to a point where a video like this, if this was playing in a room of people I know and love, it took me 4 years to get to a point where I would not cringe. Literally 4 years of content publishing consistently before I got to that point. If I tried to wait until I was perfect or re-record videos so many times to get it perfect before I publish, I never would have made it. I needed those 4 years of small wins to get in the right direction. But at the same time, you can't just publish like unboxing videos. That's just like not a thing anymore. You need to publish videos that actually matter. And the way you do that is whether you focus in on what people are already watching or you focus in on solving specific problems. But from there, you want to ask some really important questions that I'm going to kind of flow off the top of the dome, which are around your audience. Long term, if you succeed at what you're doing and the content you're creating, what type of revenue streams can you create? What type of brands would actually want to work with you? What type of community are you building? And questions like this are really going to outline a great roadmap for you to understand, is this going to actually be something that will produce some type of revenue that would replace my income if that's the goal? Or is this just a really fun, expensive side project that I don't really even need to focus on too much? I think if you're watching this video, you probably want to generate revenue from this. And so I would start to have a conversation around what type of businesses would actually want to work with me and what type of products would I actually want to promote. I got really lucky with this channel. I started just talking about random things, doing website design a little bit, talking about being a designer, how to become a designer, how to build a website. It was kind of distracted, but generally it was in the tech space. That built up over time. And then I realized, well, if I'm helping small businesses build their website, my initial audience is small and medium-sized business owners. Every major software company, basically 90% of them, want to target small and medium-sized business owners. And now I am a full-fledged software reviewer. I just talk about software all day long. I review all the best tools, what's good about it, what's not good about it, who it's for, all of that. And that came from this niche. And that's why this audience is like so valuable, because it helps everybody win. In terms of, if you're watching this video, it's a little different, but my other content, if you watch my videos about software reviews, I go to the brands and I get exclusive deals that they don't offer to other creators or anyone else for my audience. So then they get a discount to get started if they do decide to go with the tool. And at the same time, it's a place where I have a way of generating revenue, whether it's affiliates or sponsorship or other means. It builds this really productive and robust business when I only have about 20,000 subscribers. I probably make more money than a lot of YouTubers who have 100,000 subscribers. Why? Because my audience is correct. It's the right audience. And when I mean correct, it's not like the only audience, but I mean correct as it's in a valuable audience and I steward that well. So then it's a great place to be. If I was doing like crocheting, no software brand wants to run an ad, even if you have 100,000 followers. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, but if you want to crush it at crocheting, then do that. That's awesome. Run it. But the first thing is your niche matters and it also doesn't. So if you balance both of those, that's a really great start. But this leads you to number 2, which is really important as well. The biggest thing that tears people down who get started on YouTube, now you might publish your first, your third, your fourth video, but the thing that gets people going, but is the reason they quit, is they're chasing fame. I would highly recommend not chasing virality. And the reason being, the people you love the most often, not all the time, but often didn't chase fame. They just added value in some way, whether it's entertainment or solving problems, and people were attracted to that, whether it's their authenticity, the style of their brand, what they talk about, the depth, the knowledge, any of those things. That's what brought people into the audience. So to look at someone who goes viral and try to replicate that is gonna burn your energy. You're gonna get to a point where you feel overworked and you feel underwhelmed in results because this entire experience is not built on virality, it's built on adding value. And usually to add value, you wanna do it in 2 or 3 ways. First way is just answer people's questions. They could be basic questions, they could be hard questions. If you help someone answer their question, you're gonna get views. If I have a problem and I do a search and I find your video and you show me the answer, that's great. Second, that's where tutorials come in. Tutorials are super helpful because you walk someone through a process. And the third one is gonna be search. If you're not familiar with like SEO, look at what is already working on platform and see on YouTube. These style videos are getting a lot of views, and make your own version of it. You don't have to copy someone else, but if a lot of people are searching for a topic that you can talk really well into the subject matter, the decision making, the best use cases, whatever it may be, that is a great way to create content and feel satisfied. I got a comment last night, I think, or this morning, where someone said, "This is a great video. It's very insightful," something like that. "Thank you for putting it together." That comment means way more to me than having 1 million views on that video. It doesn't have 1 million views, but if it did, that comment just means way more to me because it shows me there's value. Yes, the number of views signifies value as well, but I'll tell you, the number of views don't dictate the true measure of really winning and feeling good on YouTube. It's a nice metric, but it's a vanity metric. It's not the end all be all. Now, before we go into the third and final step in this video, I do want to mention I have something called the Antiviral YouTube Growth Kit, which is way more in depth of what I'm talking about right now. I show you my screen, how I work, where I make money with affiliates, ads, everything in between of how I generate this business that does anywhere between 20 to 30K a month, as well as I'm trying to grow this to double, triple, even maybe quadruple in size in the next few months. I've just hired 2 people. I'm taking this all to a new level. So if you want to join in on that and learn more, definitely check out that first link down below. But this is going to lead us to our third and final point. And don't get offended at this, but I'm going to tell you straight, start ugly. At the end of the day, people are not going to perfect something they've never tried. We all know this. You have to start ugly. And I don't know if you've ever heard that case study that was done before where there was a pottery class and the class was divided. The teacher divided the class in half. He asked half the class to make 1 perfect cup, and he asked the other half of the class to make as many cups as possible. By the end of the semester, they were going to see who had the better cup. And it turns out that the half of the class that made as many cups as possible had cups that were way better and more beautiful and to the T perfect because they had gone through the process so many times. They figured out the nuance of it. Look, most of my videos I script. This one, it's unscripted, but most of them are scripted. For a long time, I never scripted anything, and it could show in the value of my content. For a long time, I didn't have this camera, this light, this setup, the whole thing, and it showed in my content, but over time it got better. If you watch my videos from about 2 years ago, I told you like the 6-year process, for 4 years, they were cringe, but I did it anyway. So don't wait for the perfect setup, the perfect editing, the perfect whatever. Just create videos and solve problems first. Make tutorials first. Answer people's questions first. You're going to do a great job. And before you know it, your life will change. I have another video that I talk through this more, but the reality is I know how to communicate better. I know how to position ideas better. I know how to present myself to a piece of glass sitting in a room by myself better and feel more natural than if I never tried. And I'm encouraging you, try it for a commitment of 50 videos, 30 videos. If you're really ambitious, 100 videos, and go from there. As of right now, I'm in a journey of doing 1,000 videos. I'm 512 videos in, and I'm hoping that by the next 12 to 18 months, I will do the next 500. So this entire process for me is still about just moving in a system and getting 1% better with every video. Start ugly. Don't tell your family and friends if you're really worried about it. Just make videos, keep it on the low, and over time you'll gain the confidence to talk about it. I think for the first year and a half, only 1 or 2 people in my life, my best friends, knew I was making YouTube videos. I didn't really share it with family or anyone else because it was still so cringe for me to get comfortable in front of the camera. But don't let that stop you. Get started today, and I really hope this advice helps you. If it does, you don't need to buy the product down below. If you do, awesome. But if it does help you, leave a comment down below so I know who my people are. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got value from this. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.